Now, Bo is joining us today on Polycom, but because of his protective order, he's not allowed to listen to the show. Amber can't talk to him, so I sent her to her dressing room where she can listen but not speak. Bo, Dr. Phil, can you hear us okay?
I can. How are you doing, Dr. Phil?
I'm doing just quite well. Now, I understand you have not heard the show up till now, correct?
I have not.
Okay. I am here with one goal, and that is to get some help for Amber. And I think she needs help. I want to get her help. And I know that you have a restraining order against her. What can you tell me about her behavior and her emotions and thinking that gives me more insight into who she is?
She'll go off of her meds and she'll become very delusional. She'll say, I'm going to take a holistic approach and I don't need my medication. And then she'll start drinking and then she'll start an episode and fixate on something and it'll get more and more out of hand. And then she's just not even Amber anymore.
How much was she drinking when she was drinking heavily?
When we first started having real issues, it was bottle and a half, 2 bottles of wine, 5, sometimes 6 nights a week. Mm-hmm. And that was in the beginning. She hasn't lived with me for a while, but I know to kick off her last episode, she was house sitting for my parents, and according to my stepfather, she'd killed about 8 bottles of wine, like a full bottle of rum. I mean, they had hardly anything left when they had a very well-stocked liquor cabinet.
Well, I've seen that she could be very reactive and explosive and go off on a real tirade. Did she do these behaviors in front of the children?
Oh, she's done lots of things in front of the children. She tried to burn our wedding dress, her wedding dress, during a fight. Turned on the stove, threw it on, and poof. She's the witness. The kids have witnessed quite a bit. Yeah. They witnessed her pulling her car up in my front yard in the middle of the night during this last episode and jumping out and explaining to the policeman that she was gonna beat his butt if he didn't let her in her house because she was going to evict me from her house. And they witnessed that from the upstairs window.
What have you explained to the children about what's going on?
Mommy has a sickness. She didn't choose this. They're 13 and 14 now. This all started when they were about 5 and 6. They've kind of grown up with it. I don't try to hide things from them anymore. I tell them the truth. I think they're old enough to handle things. I tell them this is a sickness. She didn't choose this. I still encourage the kids to see her. And it's just that they have to be supervised now.
Right.
But they'll say, well, you don't want to go see Mom. And I'll say, look, she's your mom. She gave birth to you. She deserves that.
Does she take advantage of her supervised visitation? Does she show up?
Well, sometimes we have to communicate through a third person now, and sometimes it'll get set up, and I'll have kids available, and then she won't even attempt to make it happen. Sometimes she'll get the kids over there, and they were there for her birthday, and she was just kind of kicking off the party. I believe she had a bottle or so of wine that night, and which threw her into a major funk the next day. And the kids, they get up there and they just kind of get annoyed by it and don't want to stay long.